I'm GREYMOND. I'm an expert in OCD recovery because for the last 19 years, I've been helping people fully recover from OCD. If you would like to do personal coaching with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there. A common question I get from clients is what classifies as avoidance? And a lot of the times people are very worried, what if I'm avoiding? I hear this literally all the time when I'm starting to work with a client. That's probably one of the first questions they're going to ask me. Well, what if I'm avoiding something? Most people don't have an avoidance problem. The very few that do, it's very obvious. So for example, a person will say, I have driving OCD, but I'm okay generally throughout the day because I'm not driving. So in that case, you do need to do, of course, on purpose exposures. And that would be a major part of our recovery work with the client. But in those situations are kind of few. They're not common. I mean, you can say that everybody who has OCD maybe has some small elements of avoidance. But that small element of avoidance is not something you should be obsessing and ruminating about, because your rumination about it is creating a major power up for OCD. But maybe there is some little teeny tiny avoidance that adds, 0.5% to your OCD. That's all it is. For most people, avoidance is not really a major issue. And also, avoidance often resolves itself when we work on the rest of the stuff. So let's say they had a little bit, teeny tiny bit of avoidance somewhere, but we're working on reducing rumination and reducing compulsions. As they're reducing rumination, their anxiety is dropping. As their anxiety is dropping, they don't feel the need to avoid those little tiny things that maybe we didn't even address yet. But by the time we get to addressing them, they resolved on their own. So guys, if you're worried about avoidance, but you do tracking and you're doing tracking with an intent of reduction using the GREYMOND method, the help app, the more you do this, the more all of this stuff will resolve itself. Don't stress yourself, because the fear is that if you stress yourself about avoidance, what's going to happen is you might fall into meta OCD, OCD about OCD. What if I do something wrong and I will never recover and my anxiety will always be here? And if your avoidance fears follow that statement, if they're similar to what I just said, that's meta OCD. That's nothing to do with an actual problem of avoidance. Like I said, an actual problem of avoidance is very obvious from the get-go. So, I mean, when I have a client who has an avoidance problem, it's clear as day. So if you're worried about it, chances are this is an OCD worry, and don't go there. No, I don't care if I'm avoiding. It's not a big deal. I'm moving on. Like, that should be your reaction to it. Thank you for listening. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do private coaching with me, please sign up through youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow.